I'm Michaela.
I'm Brianna.
I'm Sophia.
And we are
Cavalier Enterprises.
Okay, our plan.
Our mission is to provide jobs, entertainment, and opportunity to give back to our community as well as our economy, and take an old reclaimed co-site and reconstruct it so everyone would love it. We have so many,
Okay. We are going to turn our old reclaimed co-site into a drive-in movie theater with a camping site, and there's a fishing place where you can fish. It is in Shelby Gap, Kentucky.
And it is 1,500 acres, 1,200 to 1,500 acres, so there's plenty of land for everything that we plan on doing.
Pull that up.
Okay, here's a map of our land. We got this off of Google Maps. There's plenty of flat land and everything that we need, just in case, because we have all kinds of different facilities and buildings and things that we want to do.
Okay, as you can see on here, all this has been pointed out on here. Do you want to use this, please?
Yeah.
Here is where our drive-in movie theater is going to be. But we put it up over here so you can see it better. And right here is where the fishing and that stuff will be. And over there is cabins, because we'll have those set up around. And the little green things right here. See that? Yeah. But those are the show rods. Okay. So for us to choose this land, we looked on Google Earth and Google Maps to see different places where they were reclaimed co-sites. We toured a couple of those places, but decided on this property in Shelby Gap. We met with the people from Cam Mining that currently own it. We then had a meeting with them at the Department of Mine Reclamations. Here we are with them. That is Harold and Dennis, the engineer and an old worker from the mine. And here was our property. You can see the pond where we will have our fishing and stuff. And then the picture on the right-hand side is where our movie theater will be. Brianna, you want to talk? Our financial strategy so far has been to research materials and the products that we would need, determine the prices that we would need to have our construction completed, how to obtain our property, and yeah. Okay, you talk.
Okay, as you can see here, we went through and we looked at all of the products that we would need. We focused a lot on our drive-in especially, and the prices that for each thing that we need for that, so each item. And then we focused a lot on our upkeep price and what we would need to make sure that it doesn't, if it messes up or anything, that we can replace it.
we met with and called the Central Drive-In, which is our localist drive-in movie theater close to us. And we asked them about their revenue and income for year 1 through year 5. And this is how we got our statistics.
Okay, so right now, where nothing has been done, we have to, our biggest thing, like our biggest cost right now will probably be to have the roads paved so that we can get up there and have the signs and stuff made, which is gonna be one of our biggest costs. And we went ahead and put the different fish that we would have in our pond because those are gonna end up costing a good amount too. Most of our money will come from our daily customers. We have to start advertising, but where our community is so small and there are a lot of technologically illiterate people in our community, so our biggest way of advertising will probably be by word of mouth and social media, of course. So after we get people like aware of what we're doing and what our business will be about, we hope that they will bring in more people. And from there, vendors, we will have vendors set up like on different days of the week, and that we will charge them a fee to set up, and then a percentage of what they make will come to us too. And then our concession stand, and like when people rent out the cabins and stuff when they come camping, that will be another income source.
Okay, here is our yearly income for our drive-in. For the first year, we plan on making about $3,200, and then year 5, we plan on making about $70,000. For our trail rides, for the first year, it's $3,000, and then for year 5, it's about $66,000. And then for our campsite, $1,600 in the first year, and $24,800 in the 5th year. And these are our projections, our projected ROI for our drive-in, trail rides, and campsite.
Our realistic business opportunity for a place for people to go have fun, relax, and learn new skills, especially in our limited funded community. This would benefit us and Pike County, Fletcher County. It would benefit us a lot.
Okay, our drive-in, our goal for it was to have a retro theme, to make it somewhat different from other drive-ins that you would see around here. We wanted to do something really creative with it. So these are just some pictures of what we'll be like offering and kind of like an idea of the style that we want to go for with our drive-in. We plan on not just playing like new movies, but also like classics and like really popular movies throughout over the last few decades and things.
We done a survey within our school and found out that the most popular activities would be the outdoor activities such as ATV, riding, the camping, fishing, and this is what it would look like if we set it all up.
Because our theme was retro, we figured it'd be cool to have a kind of like a mom and pop's dine-in or diner. So when at our concession stand, the inside would have the diner, and there'll be a window that you go to get your snacks and whatnot. And then the top right picture is just the vendors. Yeah, we already went over the model. Thank you.
first, as she came back to the first question.
Good morning. I love your idea. I think it'd be great for your community. I do have a question for you on the funding. How do you plan to fund your project and raise your money to build your drive-in, et cetera?
Step over to the microphone.
Like local investors, if they plan on investing in our idea, bank loans, things like that, just anyone that's interested that would be willing to help us out. Yeah. What did you say? Go ahead.
Thank you.
What types of revenue do you plan on charging fees just to use the property in general? Or do you have certain ideas about what you want to do with that?
Of course, there would have to be an admission to get into the drive-in to watch the movie. The vendors would have to pay to set up, and then we would take a percentage of what they make for them, like, to pay back to us. And then with the trail rides and stuff, there'd be like a fee to ride, of course, like if it was organized. And then the cabins and stuff, like if you go to Pigeon Forge, you pay like $100 a night to stay in a cabin, so you get money there too.
I really love the idea, and I grew up in the 50s and 60s where all we had were drive-ins, and it's fantastic. But how do people, the next generation, well, 2 generations back, you know, your age, feel about going to drive-ins now with all the competition from, you know, Netflix and Hulu and all the other things you can enjoy at home? Do you think you can get enough revenue off the drive-in to make it feasible?
I believe so,
Yeah.
I think so too.
because the drive-in, there's a drive-in like about 45 minutes away from us, and everybody loves going to it. Like, that's the big thing to do in the summer. And where we have all this other stuff incorporated with it, I think we would be able to, like, make it more popular or have more people come to it, not just because it's the drive-in, but because there's, like, the diner and the trail rides.
The outdoor aspect will drive people in.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Also, like, as you know, today, there's a lot of things, like, that are coming back in style. So I think that this will be a really popular idea. And, yeah, I think people will really like it, our generation.
I have a question about the winter. It seems like this activity would be focused only on the warm weather months. Do you have a plan for the winter, or do you just stop?
When we first open, it would have to be more of a summer thing until we get money. But after we get money, we're hoping we can set up a couple different, like, facilities, I guess. Like, you could have like an ice skating rink or courts, like set up different courts. But for now, it would have to be a seasonal thing.
Thank you all.